Hi, I'm Dave Mercer from Dave Mercer Coaching, and this is my first of my videos on my superfood blogs diary. And what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk a little bit about oats. Now, oats are one of my favourite snacks for several reasons. They're quick and convenient. You can eat them any time of day, and they're not just kind of a breakfast food. They're really good for promoting really healthy gut bacteria, and they're filling and my favourite snack. Now, everyone's got their own little way of doing oats, and there's different types of oats, and in my blog I explain the difference between your kind of oats where your oats so simple stuff, or your whole jumbo oats, or your slightly more processed oats. So that's all explained on the blog, and I'll put a link on the end of this video where about the blog. But I want to show you my way of making protein oats. Everyone's got their own little ways of doing things, and a lot of my clients moan about it boiling over in the microwave. This way, not 100% guaranteed not to overflow, but we make it very difficult to do it. So, what do I do? Well, first of all, I'm going to use these oats. I take my container that I use for my oats. I like to use a smaller container because psychologically I feel like I get a bit more food. Okay, I zero my scales and I add my oats. Okay, tonight, because I follow a if it fits your macros diet plan, I've got about 60 grams of oats to play with tonight. So, I just weigh out my oats. Nice. Okay, and there's my 60 grams in there. Okay, I then add what these call Whitworth shots. Now, I've got a few more calories to play with. If I haven't got enough, or I don't get a chance to eat as much in the daytime as I like to use these things. They're basically a combination of dry fruit, nuts, seeds, a little bit of chocolate. So I think it's important to have some balance. I use these in the oats. The only thing I don't put in is the chocolate bits because I don't like them melting. I feel like it's a complete waste of chocolate. Anyone who's normal understands how good chocolate is. So good. So, put the raisins in, put the nuts in. Don't put the chocolate in, it ruins it. And I can't even hit my mouth. So, Whitworth shots in. Then, I like to use some frozen fruit, just to add a little bit more fibre. And I try and have 2 or 3 portions of fruit a day. I like berries because they're quick, and I like using frozen fruit, and I'll talk about frozen fruit in my other superfood vlogs. But they're dead quick, easy, and they don't tend to go off if you've got them frozen. So, I'm going to have 120 grams of frozen fruit. It's a good idea to restart your scales every time you do this. Sometimes you forget. Okay. That one get away. And all that is a mixture of, it's called summer fruits, and because it's December, I think it's important to eat your summer fruits in the winter. And then what I do is I add some water. I will use tap water, I won't use Evian because I'm not pretentious. But I then top it up with water. Important for you to see the consistency of what I have put together. Okay, oops, spilling it everywhere. So I basically make sure I've got enough water to cover it, but not too much. I think I've added a little bit too much there. So I've just got enough in there just to cover the oats and get everything ready. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bung it in the microwave for 2.5. So now the oats have had 2.5 minutes in the microwave. You start to see they're getting a little bit softer, and the fruit started to kind of soften up a little bit and be unfrozen, or defrosted as some people like to use the term. So what I then do is I use a splash of almond milk in there just to loosen it up, and that's going to go back in the microwave. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that another minute and a half. And while that's cooking, I'm just going to explain a few little things about carbohydrates, because oats are actually carbohydrates. So this idea about having carbohydrates before bed, it doesn't really make a difference when you have your carbohydrates, whether you have it in the morning, whether you have it at lunchtime, whether you have it around your workout. If you're trying to lose weight, what we're concentrating on is actual energy balance. Okay, when I'm talking about energy balance, I'm talking about how much activity do you do compared to how much, not just activity, how much energy you use throughout the day compared to what you actually consume. And having some carbs before bed is one thing I like to do, because I tend to sleep a little bit better. There's some research to say that, you know, they will have a benefit with your sleep. And I like oats because they're not too heavy on the stomach. Now this is a great meal because I get a good mixture of carbohydrate. Okay, there's plenty of fibre in there with the fruits and berries and stuff. And also I get some protein, and I tend to use the synthesis stuff because I just like the flavour, and I like the chocolate milk flavour. Now my oats have got another 30 seconds. So while they're finishing cooking, hopefully they don't boil over, because I would look rather daft if they did, but I'm pretty confident they won't, because I've done this quite a few times, i.e. every night for the last number of years. Okay, protein wise, I'll write all the macros for this meal down, and you'll be able to get access on my on the recipe guide. And also this recipe guide will be available in a book form, which will be a free download from my website, which is davemercercoaching.com. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, I can't count. 3, 2, 1. Ping. Excellent. Right on cue. Right on cue. So, oats are out. So, if we just quickly zoom in and have a little look at what we've got here. Okay, and we've got our oats cooked nicely. Great consistency. Smell really good because of the sweetness of the fruit, and you get the sweetness of the raisins, which kind of swell up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a scoop of protein. Now one thing I like to do is I like to weigh out my protein, because you never know how much you're going to get. So I want to put in here 30 grams of whey protein. That's what I've got left over. 32. It's not going to break the bank at this stage. Okay, from there, then I'm going to add my almond milk. And I just mix it up. Try and spill it everywhere. So we've got the job cleaning up. And there we have Dave Mercer Coaching perfect fruity protein oats.